All. So today let us discuss about partnership dissolution. So earlier we were discussing about reconstitution of partnership firm, in which we learned partnership fundamentals, partnership admission, partnership retirement, partnership death. How the accounting is made in partnership firm due to change in ratio also. So totally we learned how the partnership accounting for reconstitution of partnership firm, especially with the change in profit sharing ratio, admission of a new partner, retirement of existing partner and death of a partner. So today we are going to start a new lesson, partnership dissolution. So already you learned in 11th standard the basic about partnership and partnership firm. So let us recall the word partnership and firm. Partnership, the word refers to relationship between the partners. And the firm, the meaning is business. Partnership, the relationship, may come to an end temporarily when there is reconstitution of partnership firm. So earlier we discussed about admission, retirement, and the change in ratio. So due to this, reconstitution takes place. So reconstitution, with which the relationship between partners will be dissolved for time being, again rejoined, again restarted. So when they reconstitute, they write a new deed. They prepare a new deed. That is what reconstitution refers to. Therefore, in this case, the dissolution takes place between partnership, that is relationship. So temporarily the partnership will be dissolved, again it is restarted. Whereas this firm, partnership firm dissolution, once for all the business is closed. There is no chance of restarting of business. So in the dissolution of partnership firm, we should understand automatically the relationship between partners come to an end. So with which we can recall the quotation, dissolution of partnership does not mean dissolution of firm, but dissolution of firm, partnership firm means dissolution of partnership. Therefore, from this quote we understand when this reconstitution takes place, the firm is not completely closed. So it is temporarily closed and restarted with a new deed. So it is called reconstitution. So reconstitution will not result in what? Closing down the firm. Whereas this dissolution of firm is completely closing of partnership. So dissolution of partnership, that is relationship, does not mean dissolution of firm, because there is a chance of reconstitution. But dissolution of partnership firm, that means dissolution of partnership. That means the relationship between partners come to an end. Once for all the business is closed, automatically the relationship also comes to an end. So that is what we have to understand. So the dissolution of partnership firm due to different reasons. So some of the reasons we just to mention it here. When any one of the partner asks for dissolution, that is called a giving notice. Dissolution by notice. That means any one of the partner demands for dissolution. If any one of the partner is not satisfied with the business activities of the partners or any misunderstanding in business, therefore he decides to what? Dissolve the firm. Therefore he gives in writing to other partners, let us dissolve the firm. Okay, so that is one circumstance. Another circumstance, if the partner, any one of the partner become insolvent, if he is declared as insolvent individually, due to his personal liabilities, if he is declared as insolvent, or all the partners declared as insolvent, in that case also business is dissolved. Likewise, if the partnership firm is continuously getting loss, so year after year, whatever the activities they perform, they are resulting in only loss, that also leads to closing down the business. If the partnership firm performs illegal activities, unlawful activities, like smuggling, looting a bank, so basically they started with the business, later they landed in unlawful activities, illegal activities, with which the court will interfere, okay, in dissolution of partnership firm. Like that, different circumstances by which the partnership firm may be dissolved. So now let us focus on what are the accounting you have to do regarding this dissolution of partnership firm is concerned. As I mentioned in the discussion, there is no reconstitution, therefore no need of preparing any revised balance sheet in this case. Okay. So what are the accounting you have to do is, one is realization account. Realization account. Remember, revaluation account we prepared in reconstitution, whereas here we are going to prepare realization account. Realization account, which is prepared when the assets are realized and the liabilities are settled. So in the dissolution time, all the assets to be converted into cash, with which the amount of realized cash, the liabilities to be settled. So business liabilities to be settled. Here liability refers to what? External liabilities. Already we discussed in 11th standard, internal liability and external liability. Amount due to the proprietor. Here refers to amount due to the partners. That is called internal liability. Whereas external liability is amount due to outsiders. Okay, third parties. So when you are realizing the assets into cash and with which you are making payments to liabilities, that is also now called as realization. So realization helps you to assess in this conversion of assets into cash and payment of liabilities whether you are getting any loss or any gain. Okay. So for example, when you are converting the assets into cash, you may be selling the assets at less price than your book value. For example, in partnership balance sheet, machinery value 40,000, but you could realize only 30,000 when you sell it in the market. Maybe the model is outdated, maybe damaged condition, with which you could realize only less than the book value. Therefore, it results in what? Loss. Sometimes you are having a stock worth of 40,000. When you sell it in the market to convert it into cash, you may be getting 45,000 because of increase in price of the products. Demand of the product, with which you can realize 5,000 extra. That is what gain in realization. So like that, different assets when you are converting into cash may end up with either loss or gain. So we have to find out net result through this realization account. Okay. Likewise, liability settlement. When you start settling the liabilities, unknown liability, unrecorded liability you may come across. In the balance sheet, not yet accounted some of the liabilities that might pay. For example, bills of exchange discounted to the banker. Discounted to the banker. There won't be any record in the balance sheet. Liabilities are at the asset side regarding what? A bill is discounted to the banker. So on the date of dissolution, clear. Now the banker is telling that bill is dishonored. That means who is to pay the money? Who is to pay the money? Proprietor. Actually, you have to collect money from your customer because he only accepted the bill of exchange. That bill only dishonored, with which banker will take back money what is given to you already. Okay. Therefore, it is an unrecorded liability to be settled on the date of dissolution. Sometimes you may get outstanding expenses. auction sale. Okay, so in that bidding takes place. So the buyer will be assembling and they will be bidding. That means asking prices, quoting prices. That is called a bidding, B-I-D-D. Okay, quoting the price during the auction sale. Okay, so to the highest bidder, person who is quoting the bid is called a bidder, B-I-D-D-E-R. Okay, therefore the person who is quoting the higher rate, he will be given that product or given the asset. So now let us remember this auctioneer commission is payable. Auctioneer commission is payable. When you are taking the help of auctioneer in converting your assets into cash, okay, you have to pay the commission, service charges to him. That is what? Auctioneer commission. Okay, brokerage sometimes you have to give. Right. So these are all unexpected expenses is payable on the date of dissolution. Okay. So that may lead to what? Maybe you are paying extra money. You start settling bank loan. Your liability shows bank loan 10,000. When you want to close that bank loan on the date of dissolution, the banker may be asking you have to pay 10,500 rupees because of 500 rupees interest till date. Okay, which is not accounted. So that is extra you are paying. That is what expenses leads to what loss. Right. Sometimes you are paying creditors. Your accounting shows 9,800. When you are approaching the creditors for settlement, he may be asking only 9,700 is sufficient, not paying the 9,800 rupees. That means he is allowing discount. So that's a gain. Is it not? Therefore, while realizing the assets, you may end up with loss or gain. While paying the money to liabilities, you may end up with loss or gain. Therefore, you have to find out the net result of your realization through this realization account preparation. Okay. So when you start preparing realization account, remember your all ledger accounts should be closed. All ledger accounts to be closed. That means all your liabilities and all your assets to be closed because business is coming to end. Understand? So remember now, assets will be showing debit balance, liabilities will be showing credit balance. Then you are aware? Okay. So let us take an example. Surinder, you tell any one of the asset? Cash. Now I have to tell you, instead of all assets, cash, bank, on liability side, capital reserves. These are all exceptions. Other than this cash you can tell. Why I am telling exception, later I will tell you. Yes. Sundry debtors. Okay. Sundry debtors account showing debit balance. Right. Now you have to transfer this sundry debtors to realization account by closing it. So remember what is the journal entry to be prepared. Remember sundry debtors account showing debit balance. By closing the sundry debtors ledger account, now you are going to transfer to realization account. So how the journal entry is prepared? I can take realization account data to sundry debtors account. So if you are writing this entry, your sundry debtors account get closed, okay, and you are transferring to realization account. Here therefore no sundry debtors account hereafter. Now I said sundry debtors to be realized. You are converting sundry debtors into cash. Sundry debtors are customers from whom the money to be received, right? So you are approaching your debtor asking money because you are going to close down the business. You settle your due balance. So when you are asking money, they are also paying. So when you are receiving money from these sundry debtors, what could be the entry? Come on. Come on. Cash account debtor is correct. To realization account is correct answer. Because you cannot write again sundry debtors because sundry debtors account already closed. Even though we collected money from sundry debtors, we cannot write sundry debtors here. Okay, money realized for realization. That is what you have to account. So first entry is for what? Closing down your sundry debtors, and the second entry is receiving cash from sundry debtors. So remember the same entry holds good for all other assets. All other assets. Renuka, can you tell me any other asset? Furniture. Okay. So you can replace the word furniture here instead of sundry data. Can you tell the answer, please?
Realization account
Louder, louder, little bit.
realization account data furniture account.
Very good. Next entry.
Cash account data to realization account.
Very good. Sit down. So what would be the narration for Sindhuja? She said realization account data to furniture account. What would be the narration you write? Louder, louder.
Being furniture account closed.
Furniture account closed. Okay. Furniture account transferred or closed. Right. What could be the second entry? Cash account data to realization. What narration you write?
Being cash received.
The cash received account. It's not like being furniture realized. Being furniture realized. That is the correct entry. Okay. So that is the entry you have to follow for all other assets. Okay. Except cash and bank balance, I said. Why we are not transferring or closing this cash and bank balance? We have to prepare cash and bank balance. Through that only we can make settlement. So we are receiving cash from realization of asset, which should be recorded in cash account only. Like that, we are paying money to the liabilities, that also to be recorded in cash account. So we need cash account for finalizing your settlement of dissolution, right? Therefore, you cannot close your cash and bank account now. Likewise, capital and reserves. Reserves is accumulated profit, you are aware. It should be transferred to capital account in all cases of partnership accounting. So nothing we are going to realize from reserves. It is only accumulated profit and it is a book adjustment entry. Okay. So it is transferred to capital account, not to be transferred to realization account. And capital account not to be transferred to realization account because you have to find out how much balance due to the partners after your realization loss or realization profits. The final settlement made in capital account. So you have to prepare capital account. Okay. So what is it I told you? So you prepare realization account first. Okay. For transferring all your assets and liabilities. So now I explain how these assets are transferred to realization account and what is entry for it, and also what is entry for realization of assets into cash. Now let us do when liabilities are transferred. Liabilities are what balance? Credit balance. So credit balance, can you tell Swai Bhavani, can you tell any one of sundry credit, liabilities?
Sundry creditors.
Sundry credits are other than
Bills payable.
bills payable, very good. So bills payable account should be now closed and transferred to realization account. Monica, can you try? Bills payable account should be closed and transferred to realization account.
Bills payable account data to realization.
Very good, very good. So bills payable account data, sit down, ma. Bills payable account data to realization account. This is the entry you are following for transferring the liability. Same type entry is followed for all liabilities transfer. All liabilities transfer. Understand? So sundry creditors, bank loan, okay, all this transferred through this type of entry only. You can replace this liability item. Sundry creditors account data of the realization. Okay, bills payable account data of the realization. Bank loan account data of the realization. So whatever the case be, your liabilities, when you are closing and transferring to realization, this is the journal entry followed. So by passing this entry, now bills payable account get closed. Now you are going to settle the bills payable amount. You are going to pay to the suppliers or creditors, okay, for bills payable. You are going to honor the bills payable on the date of dissolution. So what would be the entry with your
Realization account data to cash.
realization account data to cash account? Very good. Sit down, ma. Realization account data to cash account. So this is the entry to be followed for liability settlement. So remember, I told you in the previous case, realized cash from sale of asset. That the same entry is followed, recorded asset realized or unrecorded asset realized. So what is meant by unrecorded asset? In the balance sheet, no such asset available. Say for example, investment, there is no investment in balance sheet item. Whereas it is said, unrecorded investment realized 5,000. If they give, we have to write the entry cash account data of the realization account only. If any asset appearing in the balance sheet, that requires closing. Whereas this asset is not appearing in the balance sheet, so it is given as unrecorded asset realized. So your journal entry only required is cash account date up to realization account. Likewise, any unrecorded liability was settling. I said outstanding expenditure, outstanding salaries payable on the date of dissolution. So you are supposed to write the journal entries what? Realization date of the cash only. No need of writing this closing entry. If any item of liability appearing in the balance sheet, that requires closing entry, whereas